himself locally but also on global platforms. He now joins us on Morning Live to tell us more about his career and of course his trip to South Africa. Hello and welcome to Morning Live. Now, the Good Food and Wine show has brought you back to the country. What is it that keeps you coming back to the show?
So Good Food and Wine show it's really bringing the chefs, the local chefs, and it's almost showing off with what we've got. And you know, it's for us such a privilege. And this year we've got Marco Pierre White, which is from the UK. It's really interacting with the locals, and I love doing that. Me being away in France and being quite far away, it's not always possible to get that interaction with the South African public. So we're just cooking and we're having lots of fun. It's really good.
So your love for food started at a very young age in your mother's and grandmother's kitchen. What is it about food that attracted you so much?
There's lots of things, but I think the main thing that stuck to me was the fact that it gives you a kind of a feeling that nothing else can replace. It's more than love. It's more than quietness or more than calmness. It's a feeling that, I don't know, it just feeds you, and it's amazing. And that's just really what's got me into food, and the fact that it's so versatile. There's so much of it, and there's such possibilities out there. And that's what we explore at Jan, is the possibilities and the actual product.
So you are South Africa's first Michelin star chef. Now, what does this mean for you?
Being the first South African to get a Michelin star, I always say if Michelin would have been in South Africa, which they're not, we would have had a few Michelin star chefs. But it's a huge privilege to represent South Africa on that level in the culinary world, and a huge privilege, and also it's quite a big load. You know, it's a lot to represent a nation like South Africa's food. The culinary likes of South Africa, it's huge. There's so many interests and versatile components. So yeah, it's amazing. It's keeping me on my toes, out of trouble.
So this weekend you'll be taking part in the Good Food and Wine show. What can people expect to see from you?
We've got a chef's table, which is pretty much very interactive cooking. It's a small group of 40 to 50 people. Q&As, and people really ask me questions about whatever they feel. And then we've got the open theatre, which is a bigger audience, and that's actually at the Good Food and Wine show. And yeah, people must just join us. You know, we're going to talk food. We're going to talk anything that's got to do with food. There's lots of wine, and we all like a bit of wine, so it's going to be a party.
Let's talk a bit more about your cookbooks. What do these entail?
I've got 2 books on shelf at the moment. The first one is The French Affair. That's my journey from being, really, that I can remember as a child, when I went to Cape Town, Paris, and then the French Riviera. So it's all recipes from my grandmother's, my mother, friends in Cape Town, student days. It's got some French dishes, some breads. And in the second book, Jan, A Breath of French Air, is it's named after the restaurant, Jan, and it's pretty much a memoir of the restaurant and how we've built it up from nothing. And it's 80 recipes from everything we serve at the restaurant. Of course, we change the menu every week. We add a new dish. So this was last year, and there's a boulangerie section, there's a fruit and vegetable section. It's like the market. It's like going through the market, and each section has got the recipes. And of course, all the interesting stories that happens on the road.
What can people expect to see from you in the near future?
We've got, there's quite a lot of plans and propositions and stuff. My focus is on the restaurant at Jan in Nice. Coming regular to visiting South Africa I really find that very important. And yeah, I'm busy. I've got a TV show coming up on South African television in October, which is a huge surprise, by the way. I'm not supposed to say anything, but I'll kill you if you tell. And that's yeah, the other stuff people just have to hang in there and see.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For giving us your time.
No problem. Thanks.